Over the years, I have done a bunch of spinning here on the channel. I started out with spindle spinning, and later I got myself an antique spinning wheel. And if you've been here for my spinning adventures before, you know I like to describe my wheel as moody, and my biggest dream has been to get a modern spinning wheel. Well, she's here. Hello besties and welcome to another video on my channel. I am so excited, I'm about to explode over here. We'll open the box in just a second, but I will first go over what my plan for the day is. In the shelf behind me, that one to be specific, I have some wool. Surprise, surprise, it's almost like if there is a cupboard in this house, there's wool in it. But anyway, let me get the wool. We are finally going to finish my Minty Spin, aka a spinning project inspired by one of my favorite My Little Ponies, Minty. And also, I have an art bat that I might want to try to spin up, as well as this fluff that I dyed that I think I'll probably start with today to kind of get the hang of the wheel, because I think it's going to be pretty different to working with my old moody antique wheel. So we're learning new skills today. Awesome. But speaking of new skills, let's hear a word from the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. I, as you know, love learning new skills, and Skillshare has lately been my go-to platform to find new stuff to try out. The craft most dear to me is art and painting, but I find myself not doing it nearly enough. So I looked for inspiration on Skillshare, and I found this series of classes called Sketchbook Snack. They're little prompts perfect for when you're art blocked, which, let me tell you, has been the story of my life lately. The class I'm following today is the Drawing Dreamy Dragons. One thing I always struggle with is just going for it without making a rough sketch first, so I found this exercise to be very freeing in that aspect. Playing around with shapes and later adding details was really fun, and OMG besties, I am feeling inspired, and like all I want to do now is paint and draw in my sketchbook. And this is my Dreamy Dragons result. I'm really happy with what I managed to paint today, and like I said, I am now feeling super inspired. Skillshare really is the best place to learn a creative skill or pick up a new hobby, or even reconnect with hobbies you've kind of lost touch with, like I did today. If you are looking to reconnect with your creativity, Skillshare is where humans come to learn from other humans. The first 500 people to use the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Now let's actually get to unboxing my spinning wheel and spinning up a bunch of yarn. Okay, so let's open this box. I can't believe the wheel is actually here. I ended up going for the wheel I have dreamt up for literal years, the Ashford Joy 2. It's so beautiful, kind of looking like a gothic window, and oh, I am so happy. So I want to take a moment here to say a very big and heartfelt thank you to everyone who contributed to the Spinning Wheel Fund. You are all amazing, and I am so grateful for the help. Literally, I couldn't have done this without you, at least not this soon. So thank you all so much. As you can see, everybody's name who contributed is rolling across the screen right now, and if you donated anonymously, you know who you are, and I love you just as much. The wheel is now assembled and ready to go, and so I am going to start with my first floof of the day, this pink and beige cormo I dyed up earlier in the year. I will be dividing this into 2 equal parts, and then I'll just try and spin a balanced 2-ply yarn just to kind of test the new wheel and get into the rhythm of using it. Since I've only spun on an antique before, stuff like ratio is completely new to me, so I'll also try and figure that one out here. For this one I spun on an 8:1 ratio, which is the next to largest whorl, meaning it's a slower speed, which in turn means it allows for thicker yarn. Me being me though, I managed to spin kind of thin regardless. I default to this, so it's something I'm planning to work on with this wheel. I want to also spin cozy, loose and thick yarns, so I will practice. a lot. But for now, like I said, I want to get used to the wheel and get comfy, so I am doing what I'm the most comfortable doing. Our first ply is done, and so I will be changing bobbins. This wheel came with 3 bobbins, so this is already such an upgrade. My antique has 1 bobbin, and then I've kind of hacked it by using a quilting clip on the spindle to fit a shorter bobbin on there. Here I can just keep going, and on we go. After not long at all, we have a second finished ply, and now it is time to ply the plies. The wheel has a built-in lazy gate, but I learned at the spinning workshop I took earlier this year that spinning directly from the wheel's lazy gate might affect your twist and in turn the end result of your yarn. So if you're using it, a tip is to first bring your yarn around, for example, the leg of a chair 1 meter or 2 away, and then ply like normal. Also, counting your treadling helps. This worked really well, and I ended up with a really well balanced yarn. I'm really happy with this one, and maybe the most exciting thing for me is the fact that I could do this in one go, because these bobbins hold more than 25 grams of yarn. But now, besties, it is time to finish a project that's been in the works for a really long time. We are going to finish the Minty Spin. 2 years ago, I got some pink and mint fibre and spun a fractal based on my favourite Generation 3 pony, Minty. Then I made a second skein of slightly different fractal yarn in the same colours last year. And I had 50 grams left of each of the colours, but wasn't quite sure what to do with them. Well, I have now decided, and I'm going to make 2 skeins, 1 mint and 1 pink, and we are gonna make Bouclé. I've done this once before on my antique, and that was a pain because it kept getting stuck on the hooks and in the orifice, and it was kind of a nightmare. So I want to see if this is going to be annoying as well. The first step to Bouclé yarn is spinning a single with slightly more twist than you normally would use. This extra twist is important for the next 2 steps. I'm spinning on 8:1 ratio again for this, and I'm spinning in the Z direction, aka clockwise. After the single is finished, it is time for the first round of plying. You can do this with a hand spun core, but I will be using sewing thread for mine. But what do I mean by core? Well, this thread will be applied with the single, and the thread goes straight in like the core of the yarn, and I am bringing in the single at a 90-degree angle onto the core. Then I bunch the single up every now and then to create little beehive looking blobs of yarn on the core. For this to work, the core thread has to have some slip to it, which is why sewing thread works really well. I do this all the way from end to end of this yarn, and I do this on the same ratio and in the S, aka counterclockwise direction. Now our yarn is looking curly and fluffy, and it is time to ply it a second time. I use sewing thread for this step as well. And now I'll be on the slowest whirl, aka the 6:1 ratio, and I will spin in the Z direction, aka clockwise again. This time I will be plying at about a 45-degree angle, and what the sewing thread is doing in this step is locking in the yarn spirals. Whilst making this ply, I also manipulate where all of the yarn bunches are, so I sometimes bunch it up a little more or spread out the yarn a little before locking it in with the new sewing thread. Then I go through all of the same steps with the pink counterpart of this project. And that is 2 very curly and very soft hanks of Bouclé My Little Pony inspired yarn. I am so happy with how these came out. And the best part is this was 0% annoying to do. Feeling inspired by the non-drama that was the Bouclé yarn, I am going to spin up this art bat next. I'm going to try to do what I did for this little mini skein that I made in the workshop I mentioned earlier. First, I am dividing the bat into 2 equal parts, and then I will spin them into singles, again with more twist than I normally would. And this time I am on the biggest whirl, and I am making an active effort to let the wool do exactly what it wants. Thick and thin, big blobs of fibre, smooth and fine. This was difficult for me, honestly. Then I plied this one with some wool thread I bought for this exact purpose. This is where I kind of made a mistake and put a little too little twist in. This is also going to be plied a second time, which would have required a little more twist than I have in this, but we can call it a learning experience. Now I know for next time. I did the exact same thing with my other half of the bat as well, and now I will be plying these 2 together. I could tell as I was working that this was not working out the way it should have with the twist, but it is what it is. It's unbalanced but not yarn bath, and will probably sort itself out mostly with a soak. And look, it turned out really pretty regardless. And besties, that is all of the yarn for this time. I am really pleased with what we made today, and I had so much fun and almost 0 frustration. I should be holding this one up because this is the one that frustrated me ever so slightly. It was a little bit, truthfully, I was a little bit frustrated with myself for messing up the twist on this one, on this last game that we made. But like I said, it's a learning experience, and now I know for next time, needs more twist. But I still really like how this came out. It's really pretty, and it's got lots of sparkles, and yeah, I like it. Now, the Minty yarn on the other hand, oh my goodness, it is so soft. I am so in love with these skeins. They are so fluffy, they are so bouclé-y. I am so glad we actually managed to do this. I need to show you all of the Minty skeins together. Give me 1 second. And here's all of the Minty skeins all together. I can't believe I've actually finished this project. Finally, it's been in the works for so long, like literal years at this point, and now it's all done. Now what do I do? What do I do? I don't know. Just need to figure out what to do next, and also what to do with these. I'm kind of thinking some kind of fun shawl or something where everything gets to like play, because these have These are fractals obviously, and these are texture. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. These two were accidentally spun in the opposite direction from each other. And then of course with Bouclé, we're gonna have a lot of texture in this, whatever it's gonna be. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what we'll make, but we'll make something with it and I'm very excited about it. But like I said, yeah, these are fractals, so I want them to properly shine. So I think a shawl is a good idea because there are very long stretches of knitting in those, and then maybe we can make some small sections with it. I don't know, we'll figure it out together in a video or something. But yeah, anyway, last but not least though, we have to mention the first skein we made today, and this is my first proper full skein of yarn that I've spun on my new wheel, this lovely Cormo. I dyed this up to bring to the spinning workshop I've mentioned a couple times in this video, which is up in the corner. It's in the FårFest 2026 vlog, in case you want to see. I didn't film a lot in the workshop, but I did film little bits and bobs. But yeah, it's up in the corner in case you are interested in watching that and you haven't already. But anyway, I dyed this as the workshop suggested, bringing your own fibre. But I ended up spinning maybe 5 grams of this. I actually have it right here. It's not even 5 grams. I don't know how much this is, but it's tiny. This is chain plied. Anyway, I ended up spinning a very tiny amount of this at the workshop, and then there were loads of fibre to like choose from to make a fun little skein with lots of colours. So I did that, and then I had all of the rest of this 100 grams that I dyed up to spin, and I figured it would be perfect to just spin and ply as a basic like the basic yarn, an end-to-end 2-ply, just to try out the wheel properly and have a look at ratio and stuff. And even though it's, like I said, a super basic 2-ply yarn, it's very special to me. I like it a lot. It's got that perfect handspun look. I don't say that as something negative. It's something I absolutely love with handspuns, with barber poling and a little bit of, like, it's very even, but it's also got a little bit of that thickened thing going. It's just, I really love this, and it turned out so balanced, and I'm so happy with that. But yeah, like I said, first full skein of yarn that I spun on my new wheel. I will be transparent and tell you that I did spin a cheeky little 25 gram skein before filming any of this, but that's the first full skein that I spun on the wheel that I did in this video. I'm gonna show you. This is the baby skein that I made before filming this video. It is also a merino skein. It's, like I said, 25 grams, and it's chain plied and spun on the smallest whirl. This was very fine when I spun the singles, and it is, as you can see, kind of fine. If I can pick out a thread. It is also kind of fine now. So yeah, I did this before any of the others, and yeah, I just wanted to tell you. But anyway, once again, thank you so much to everyone who supported this dream of mine. I am so grateful and so beyond happy, and I just adore this new wheel so much. I would lift it up and show you, but I can actually, it's not that heavy. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. And if she's not happy being lifted up, I don't think. I just adore the wheel so much. I'm so happy and so grateful. I feel like I'll be spinning a lot more now, and I will probably need to refill my wool stash way sooner than next year's wool road trip, because this is also so much faster to spin on, both like because of the treadling and the rhythm I get is different than with the antique, and also the fact that I can just fill a bobbin and go instead of swapping 15,000 times within the same project. But anyway, again, thank you. I love you guys. Also very unrelated, but what do you think about my new hair? I got so bored of just plain brown, so I chucked some bleach in it, and this is gonna be a pink peekaboo. I did throw some pink in it today, and all it did, because this wasn't this orange before filming, this wasn't this orange this morning before I chucked the pink in, it was actually kind of cool because I had thrown some purple shampoo and stuff in it, so it was a good colour to begin with, but the pink ended up turning it mostly orange. I mean, there is a little bit of pink in there, but it's mostly orange, so I think we're gonna have to do a second bleach, and I'm not happy about that, but it's okay. It's like, also, my hair is looking super frizzy today. It's because I blow dried it, and my hair doesn't like blow dryers, so it's not as damaged as it looks. It feels perfectly fine, but yeah, I was gonna do a little peekaboo with pink because it's summer, and in summer I like to do pink, and I haven't for so many years, but sometimes things don't turn out the way we wanted them to. But it's kind of giving milk tea. If I'm being generous with myself, it's kind of giving milk tea, and I'm okay with that, so I'm gonna pretend it's giving milk tea and not like Satsuma, and I'm gonna redo this in maybe 2 weeks so I don't bleach off my hair, and everything is gonna be fine, and it's gonna be pink and brown. But I am also feeling like black and pink hair would be a bop, but I'm not about to dye my hair black in this weather because it's very, very warm right now. My head gets warm enough with dark brown hair as it is, so maybe for autumn we can go for, if this turns out baby pink after the second bleach, I can go baby pink and black for autumn. Maybe we'll see. But also I cut my fringe back in again because it was finally, like, these side pieces were part of the fringe and my fringe was just way too much hair. That's kind of a thing. Sorry, I'm yapping now. I evidently needed to talk today. Sorry, hair talk, more hair talk. Also, I'm very warm, but these side fringe pieces were all part of the fringe, and one thing that tends to happen when you have bangs or a fringe is more and more hair ends up going into the fringe, and it was just a lot of hair, so that's why I've been kind of not cutting it for a while, because I wanted it to be long enough that it wasn't looking stupid if I just cut the middle part of it. And also, again, it's summer, it's hot. I want to be able to pin my fringe back because I get warm, but I think it's still long enough that I can do that, so it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I did struggle with styling and cutting my hair and stuff after breaking my wrist, but I'm good now, so I can style it again, so here we are. Colour in a fringe. I'm very happy. I feel more like myself again. I'm gonna fix this. It's not what I wanted so far. Also, of course, I'm not going anywhere to doing this myself, because why would I go somewhere to do this? I didn't grow up an alternative kid just to go to a hairdresser. Anyway, I'll stop yapping. But speaking of hot weather though, because I feel like I'm yapping because I'm just so warm, kind of like loopy from how warm it is. Also, I'm wearing wool. It's self-inflicted at this point. But anyway, speaking of hot weather, I hope everyone is staying safe in the heat that's been lately. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Please take care of yourself and drink enough water. Don't forget about electrolytes. My favorite tip for cooling down really fast is spraying cold water or holding something cold to like pulse points, like wrists, here, back of knees, stuff like that, ankles. Not here to give medical advice, but please just stay safe in the heat. And yes, this was a hydration check. Go hydrate, everybody. Great job. But now we're at the point of the video where I'm like, guys, which one did you like the best? But yeah, which skein that we made today do you like the best? For me, it's hands down the Bouclé. It's so much fun, it's so squishy, I love it so much. Also, more questions. Have you knit with Bouclé before? Would you like to try knitting with Bouclé? Or have you spun Bouclé? Please drop any fun Bouclé friendly pattern recommendations down below as well. I do have a possible design idea brewing in my brain for these 4 skeins of yarn, so I might just cook something up especially for my Minty collection. But I'm always eager to hear what you guys like and recommend, so please feel free to stick those in the comments. Or just tell me what you've been up to with your crafting lately. Have you switched to something less woolly because of the weather? Or are you in the part of the world where it's perfect wool weather right now? Let me know this in the comments as well. And if you don't feel like chatting, that is of course, as always, completely fine as well. Please go ahead and leave some green and pink emojis for me today to celebrate the pink and mint project being all finished. And also, while you are down in the comments, please also take a tiny second to like the video if you liked it, as that helps me out a ton. Thank you! And also, if you are new here, hi, hello, and welcome. I am so happy to see you here today. Thank you so much for clicking on this face and for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you are new and you'd like to keep seeing what I get up to here on the channel in the future with my videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button down below and also ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I post all kinds of fun things on here, like knit and crochet challenges, project blogs, spinning videos like we did today, and more. So if any of this sounds like something for you, please feel free to stick around and join the little cozy crafting club we got going here on the channel. We also have a Discord open for subscribers to the channel, and you can find that linked in the description down below as well. And we also have memberships open on the channel in case you want to join the extra or even super cozy crafting club. Members get access to extra community posts about what's going on behind the scenes, stickers to use in comments and chat, a little yarn badge next to your name, and super cozy tier members also get access to members only videos, mostly vlogs so far. And those are kind of also like behind the scenes, some crafting, some other adventures that we do, some things that are kind of off topic for the channel, but also stuff that I like to share about. So yeah, members really help me do what I do on here. So I want to take a second here also to thank each and every one of you who is already a member for being so awesome. If you would also like to become a member, there should be a button next to or in place of the subscribe button down below, depending on if you're subscribed or not. And if not, there is also a link in the description of the video. In the description, you can also find links to my socials as well as my shops on Etsy, Ko-fi and Ravelry. Quick notice about my Ko-fi is that I've finally been able to reopen shipping to the US. Yay! So if you're in the market for stitch markers or stationery, feel free to check out my Ko-fi shop as well. Shipping is of course open everywhere else in the world as well, as always. I may or may not also have some new stitch markers in the shop with cute cats that I drew and made into stitch markers. Just thought I'd drop that info real casual like that. But anyway, that's a lot of yapping. Also, I need to mention this. This is the Bon top by Penny and Stitch, coming out after the weekend. Link to her Ravelry in the description as well. I love this top. It's very cute. Oops, there are boxes behind me, almost falling over. And it's got a cute little texture pattern. But yeah, anyway, that is a lot of yapping. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of your day. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Sorry about all of my waffling. I had a blast today though, and I hope you did too. Now you guys take care, stay safe, and I will see you again very soon in my next video. Bye!